Check. The grills in my mouth double as a freeze one. The grills in my mouth double as a freeze one. The grills in my mouth double as a freeze one. The grills in my mouth double as a Can you hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please like and in particular share this show. On today's show, among other things, I want to talk about the fact that real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Have you been keeping up with the trial, R. Kelly trial? I don't know. I mean, some people have, some people have not. I know that Donnie B broke it down for a bit on the Is It Just Me podcast. And today I want to talk about it just a little bit from a black male perspective. I'll say it again. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. And if you like, what? I'm a real man. I'll listen to R. No, you're not. You cannot be. It is impossible. I'll break it down for you. Also, warning, you may be triggered. You may be triggered. This ain't for everybody. I know it already. You know what I'm saying? There's a glass ceiling to what I do. Because not everybody's going to appreciate how I deliver and what I have to offer. For those that do, for the chosen few, great. For the rest of the world, sucks for you. It's the Nathan Ivey Show. I'm live, I'm local, and I'm vocal. This is local, independent black media. And by the way, check us out on Facebook and check out some of our other live streams and podcasts. We are just getting started. Don't go anywhere. The show's starting in about 90 seconds.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'm a spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been duck dog, getting in my new merch, color duck sauce on the new couch with my Chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a Hawkeye on the ball cat, get the out of my face. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. I say it again. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. And I'll be honest with you, I got off the R. Kelly tip. Shit, it might have been 20 years ago. There's a lot of folks catching up. I've been here. And the reason why I say that real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore is because a real man has a standard. A real man lives for more. A real man lives for more than money, hoes, and clothes. All a nigga I knows. So if you're that kind of man, how could you still be rocking R. Kelly? I'm doing a man check today. Check your manhood in when you call in. I just want to know. Now, really, there's no right or wrong answer. Really, there is. But I'll say it again. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Why would you? Why would you want to listen to the music of a pedophile? Now, some of the stuff coming out of the R. Kelly, remember Surviving R. Kelly? Some of that, I'm like, you grown folks, you're doing what you want to do. You just freaky. If you're a grown person and you go to live with R. Kelly and you're going to live by his rules and do everything he tells you to do and all this other kind of stuff, I don't have no words for you. You're doing what you want to do. But all that underage shit, we cut that off right then and there, bro. Can't have it. Can't do it. A real man has a standard. Good morning to you. That's good. Now you might be thinking, Nate, who put you in charge of telling us what a real man is? I fucking did today on this show. I'm in charge of it today. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Get your own show. You can be in charge of it. Today, this morning, I'm in charge of it. I'm going to set the standard. This is my thoughts. Take it or leave it, like it or not. Right or wrong, it is what it is. That is good. That is real good. Props to the wifey. I appreciate it. Come on in here, son. It's been a minute. Yeah, he's still here. Are you going to say good morning?
Good morning.
The microphone's right here.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now, you know who this is?
They don't know, son.
He's a soldier from Star Wars.
My wife, your mother? You gonna come and say good morning?
And look at his belt.
Look at his belt buckle.
Look at his belt buckle. Look at it. He has something right here. It's a blaster.
It's okay. Okay, we gotta go.
Go get ready,
Put your
bud.
shoes on.
Stop all that, man. All right, I love you. Oh, yes, I know. I love it.
Boy,
Oh,
Go
stop. We're not doing all that.
I don't want to leave that.
Yeah.
Stop.
All that baby talk. We don't do that baby talk in here. My daughter will tell you, I ain't do no baby talk to her. I talk to her just like I talk to you. You better catch up. I got the collagen in there. So great. You're over 40, you got to put the collagen in your tea. Oh, okay. Hold on one second here. Are we doing that today? Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on. Are we doing that today? We doing that today? Uh-huh. We ain't got time. Okay. Did she? 10 whole minutes. Right. Actually, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, but she's always, come on. She never has to wait on me that long. 5 minutes max. Come on.
We waited for you for much longer than that.
No, we're not. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about in the morning.
What's up with that dress? It's kind of short, ain't it?
No, it's not. It's actually longer than all the dresses that I had and longer than the skirt that I wore.
Okay, pull it all the way down then. It's like it's mid-thigh. It's family business, so. What the hell? Let me see that. Wait, I don't. Oh, has she? That makes it better?
Yes.
Okay. Get that raw, unfiltered. There it is. Just a little bit. Honey heals you. Honey heals you. Okay. Yeah, I'm on the air. This is how we do it now. They can be tired of me. This is what I'm doing. This is how I do what I do. Damn, we walking out like that? Okay.
Oh my God, we're not doing this.
Oh, you gonna shut it so I can't see?
It's 7:42.
Okay, shoot. Hit me with that picture.
She's taking till Jesus. No. No, trash was yesterday.
Trash was Tuesday. Today is Thursday. Family stuff. Black family stuff. You hear them? Y'all can't hear them, can you?
Oh, who are you trying to fight? Come on.
See, these roll pop mics are made. See you later. I don't approve of that. What you say? Yeah, okay. I don't approve of that. Oh, okay. That's what we doing? Oh, okay. These damn teenagers, man. People try to tell me, when did you become a teenager? I wasn't like that with my peoples. I don't think. I don't believe it. Good morning to you. They is Jesus Christ. Good morning to you. Now back on subject. Now let me get back to it. Let me restart this all over again. My apologies, but I'm at home. You know, shit. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. You been paying attention to this R. Kelly trial? The parts that really get to me is the stuff he did with underage stuff. I'm still pissed off about him and Aaliyah. There's some things I can go for, and there's some things I can't go for. Pedophilia, I ain't got no time for it. I can't go for that on any levels whatsoever. And for me, I was done with R. Kelly when I seen that infamous urination tape. I watched it. I was like, this is R. Kelly. I was done with him then. I spent, I don't know, almost 20 years in commercial radio, never played R. Kelly once as an intro bumper. I used to instruct all of the producers that work with me, don't play no goddamn R. Kelly. I ain't with it. Because a real man has a standard. A real man lives for something more than money, hoes, and clothes, all the Negro knows. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. You tell me, am I off base on this? I don't think so. You been following this trial? They're about to put R. Kelly under the earth. Journey to the center of the earth, and there's a jail there, and that's where they're going to put R. Kelly. He is done. Stick a fork in him. It is a wrap for him. And the government is accusing him of leading a criminal enterprise of managers, bodyguards, and employees. They hitting them with some of the shit they hit mobsters with. The government is not playing. And some of the stuff that I've alleged that he was smearing feces on people, I mean, not alleged, but it's come out during the trial. Some of that stuff is sick on a level that is just beyond me. I don't rock like that. But again, I make a distinction between the things that he did to adults and the things that he did to minors. Like if you're an adult woman and you want to move in with R. Kelly and be his concubine, and he tells you when to eat, he tells you when to go to the restroom, he makes you, wash his back when he's in the shower and all this kind of stuff and make his bed and make his waffles. I don't have no problem with it. You grown. Grown folks can do whatever the hell grown folks want to do. That's how you want to live your life. You want to be R. Kelly's concubine. I guess there's worse positions you could be in. But in particular, the stuff that he was doing with these underage girls, I can't rock with it, man. I can't rock. And I'm talking about all of R. Kelly. I Believe I Can Fly, all the inspirational shit. I don't want to hear Step in the Name of Love. I don't want to hear none of that trash music. Because now I know he was singing to children. He was singing about children. I thought he was joking when he produced Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I thought it was like a little joke, like, she's 17 and you're 19. Age ain't nothing but a number. But your ass 36 and she's 17? Mofo, please. That's get you killed. That should get you killed. Y'all got to be watching this, man. This shit is crazy. This shit is super crazy. He was paying women off, paying women to have abortions, which again, you got money like that, that's what you do. I ain't got no problem with it when you're doing it with an adult. But when you cross that line and start messing with children, I don't got no respect for you. And I don't got respect for men who own some, I'm going to listen to R. Kelly when I want to. It's like, what's your standard? That's all for the men out there that's like, I love R. Kelly. So what's your standard then? Is you on some old, I don't believe the government? Okay, if you tell me you don't believe the case, you think it's they out to get a black man, or you know how black people are. They just out to get a black man. If that's your argument, I think you're not reading. You're not really reading what's going on. You're not really paying attention. But if that's your argument, okay, that's your argument. You don't really believe it. If you're on some old, I believe it, but I just don't care because I like good music. I'm like, motherfucker, YouTube got full of music. It's full of music. I'll say it again. Do you agree or disagree? Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. You agree or disagree with that statement? It's real simple. Dale writes, Nate providing the dad inspection. Oh, you already know. I'm like, wait a minute. That short you kind of looking. I'm seeing way too much thigh. Medium Buddha. The hell? And then see, they think because I'm on the air. Oh, Fame said he can hear him. Okay, great. They think because I'm on the air, I won't get up and do that daddy thing. They just don't know. They just don't know. Carmelita writes, do you listen to Prince? What about Sam Cooke? Elvis, same stuff, different perpetrator. My point is, judge one, you got to judge them all. Prince? I don't remember Prince being alleged that he was dealing with no underage people. Sam Cooke, that's way before my time. Elvis, that's way before my time. I don't listen to no goddamn Elvis. Fuck Elvis. Excuse my language. What black person around here talking about something? Listen to somebody, I want to be a hound dog or whatever the hell the song. Well, I don't listen to that crap. Prince, that's new to me. I judge them all that way. But right now we talking about R. Kelly. I knew people was going to do this. What about this person? I don't care. I'm talking about R. Kelly right now. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Yes or no? 513-873-7134. I'd like to get your thoughts on it. Let's get it popping. That's a good pick of R right there. Musical genius for sure. Pedophile, looks like it. Can't rock with it. What I look like? Too much music out there, man. I'll go listen to some damn Jeremiah or something like that. I'll find something to listen to. I'm saying, I ain't got to listen to that pedophile music. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. But give me your thoughts at 513-873-7134. Let's go straight to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Brother Nate, how you doing? It's Senator Lackey. How you doing today?
What's up, Senator Lackey? Good morning to you.
Yeah, I see they testing you early today. They testing you real early today. They trying your patience, but you got the patience, and I admire that. And I wanted to thank you. You do a lot of speaking about the way you spend your time with your children and how they're different. So you spend your time differently with them. And that wasn't the approach I was always taking. I was always everything together, everybody. But now I'm like, okay, I can give you catered individual one-on-one time, and it's okay. And it's going to look different than it does with all the rest of them. So I appreciate you dropping that nugget on me. As far as I wanted to, and then switch to R. Kelly. If we really, as a society, love our children, and we understand that that doesn't stop at age 12 or age 18, it doesn't. It keeps going. You're still going to have to continue to parent. So you may as well start when they're young. A lot of people don't parent. They skip that whole part. They pawn their kids off on other people so they can focus on fun. Focus on the children. Focus on your children, because they're the only things that you're going to have once you get older. And when it comes to R. Kelly, I'm not sure. Have you ever seen the interview when they asked him, would you ever date a teenager? You ever seen that one?
I think I have, but I don't remember everything that happened. But I think that sounds familiar to me, Senator Lackey.
They asked him if he would date a teenager, and his response was, "Well, what do you mean by teenager?"
Yeah, I do remember that.
I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter if it's 18, 19, or 17. You are too grown for that. What is up? And you didn't answer the question either. He answered it. He responded to it in a way, to me, that was scarier than just saying yes. Because I'm like, okay, so now you've already skipped the thought process of saying yes to where you are now selective. And that's scary. And if people are in his circle or allowing that, that's not love, and that's not protecting the children. And this next generation, I'm telling you, they are going to save us if we do our work in elevating and speaking life into them. These young teenagers / young adults that I would say from age, as far as the kids that I've been around, I told you I've been coaching for a while, but that age group, I would say from anybody between the ages of 15 and 25, that generation is going to save us. And if we ruin them, they're going to ruin the next generation, which is even more special. Every single child that I've come into contact with, whether it's Aiken, whether it's my family, anywhere, those kids that are like age 6, 7, they could be the ones that take us even further than this next generation. But we have to currently do our work. And that work is loving and elevating our kids. Yelling at your kids because you're upset is not okay. It's not okay. They are not going to receive that well. You have to communicate based on their needs and based on who they are as a person. So while one child might enjoy watching movies with me, and another might enjoy going to an amusement park, and another one might enjoy going on a hike, that it's going to be different things. I can't take them all on the hike. If one kid doesn't like going on the hike and one loves it, what do? Some parents don't do anything. My suggestion is to take the child on the hike that loves going on the hike. Don't force the other ones to go, because now they're going to resent the other child who loves it, and they might make it a miserable experience. We just have to start operating in a much smarter and a much more optimal way, and we have to start doing things intentionally. We need to intentionally elevate this next generation so that they can prop up the one that's behind it, instead of fucking them up, because we've been fucking them up for too fucking long. And I'm sorry for dropping the F-bomb, but I'm talking about the children, and that is passion, and I love them. And I have a sense of urgency right now. We need to switch the flip, and we can't do it tomorrow. We got to do that shit today. And if you want to pardon R. Kelly, if you don't want to talk about R. Kelly, that's fine. But that was the bridge to get us here. We need to take care of the children, and we need to elevate this next generation that is right behind us so that they can put them in a position to really get it going, because they have the power to do what we want to do. We just need to create the environment. Now, as yesterday in the chat, I said, do you guys think we can create a Wakanda? And I don't mean Wakanda where it's only black people allowed. I'm not advocating for that. If it was a white person that said, I need an all-white community, a lot of people who are extreme would say, oh, that's racist. So then it would be equally racist to say we need something that's all black, according to that person, if they think that way. I don't think that way. I don't restrict people based on race. I don't judge people based on race. I don't judge anybody. If I don't know who you are and somebody asks my opinion about you, I'm going to say, I don't know that person. I'm not going to say, oh, I saw one thing that he said and I think that guy's crazy, or I'm writing him off. If I don't know enough information about something, I can't throw a label at it and then make a judgment to make a decision to no longer affiliate with it. That's not how I operate. And I'm not saying that that's how everybody else should. but that's not how I operate. But we just have to get back to making sure we elevate this next generation and we do a much better job of intentionally protecting our children. And if that means we just gotta do better. Whatever better looks like for you, go for it. If you got questions, ask somebody, get guidance, because the generation behind me needs guidance and the children need protection. That's all I got. I'm about to get my morning started, to be listening to you and keep the flows going. I appreciate you letting me call in and ramble on, brother.
Appreciate the call. Appreciate the call. I think he had multiple points, but I appreciate the call nonetheless. That's Senator Ron Lackey. The brother's running for senator in the state of Ohio, and he's trying to manifest it. So he refers to himself as senator before he gets there. So I get it. So the deeper conversation with R. Kelly is one about the Black community, and that is sexual predators in our own family. That is sexual abuse in our own families, in our own circles. You know me. I'm with the victims. I'm with the victims. If you're a victim, male or female, Nathan Ivey is with you. I stand with 100% with the victims. There's a lot of people out there that have been victimized and are silent about it. I know people that were sexually assaulted in their youth, and they're grown-up adults and they've never got their justice. So I want to say this loud and clear. If you can hear my voice and you were sexually assaulted by somebody in your family or close to the family, you deserve your day in court. You deserve your day. And don't worry about what might happen and you might lose somebody and a family member might go to jail for doing. You deserve your justice. You deserve it. I've heard it all. I've heard people say, well, I didn't say anything because I knew my family members might do something and I didn't want them to go to jail. Let what happened is supposed to happen. You deserve that. You deserve that. And that's something that's life altering. It's just some things I don't play with. I don't play with certain things. And R. Kelly crossed the line with me 20 years ago when I saw that urination tape. I was done. I was a 12 play dude. I had 12 play. That was my college years, man. You know, I had 12 play on Super. I think I had to buy the tape twice. That was way back before CDs and streaming. You had tapes. The tape gave out. I played it so much. But that was then. When you know better, you do better. I'll say it again. Do you agree or disagree? Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. You show me a man that still listen to R. Kelly and bumping R. Kelly, and I'm going to show you a man that's not really a man. He might be a male. I can't take that away from you, but he is not a man because a man has a standard. A man lives for something more than just what feels good, creature comforts. I'm just saying. In this case, a man does not support a pedophile, period. But let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nathan. This is Carmelita. Good morning, everyone. This is Carmelita. I'm sitting at dialysis, so if you hear bells and whistles, that's what it is. But the reason I said Prince, Maite, his last wife, was only 16 when she moved in with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now, they cultivated their relationship and didn't get married and consummate their relationship until she was 18. But she moved in. Her mother gave him, air quote, custody when she was 17 because she wasn't from here. I mean, when she was 16 because she wasn't from here. Mm-hmm. So she had to sign paperwork for her to, come over here and live with him. And it was under the guise of her being a dancer, and she was going to be one of his dancers. But like I said, they didn't consummate their relationship until she at least her version of it, they didn't consummate until she was 18. But they did cultivate their relationship. Wow. And I bring that up only because if you delve into personal lives, it's always something anybody can judge. And I'm not saying R. Kelly shouldn't go to court. I'm not saying he shouldn't go to jail. I'm not saying any of that. But I can compartmentalize his music from him. Just like we got to compartmentalize people from what they do all the time.
I can't do that, Carmelita. I can't do it.
But yeah, I enjoy the music. I play the music. Hey, Miss Essie. I enjoy the music. I play the music. And it's a sad situation. I blame the parents a lot more because I mean, even if my 23-year-old goddaughter said, "Hey, I'm going to an R. Kelly concert and I'm going backstage," no, the hell you're not. No, you're not. Not going backstage. He's crazy. If you want to go and enjoy the music, that's different. But you're not about to be interpersonal with him. No, ma'am.
All right,
I blame
Carmelita,
the parent.
thanks for the call.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Yeah, it's Carmelita. Appreciate her. She said she's getting dialysis right now. Whoo, I wish you the best with that. But you know what? Let me just put it this way. I want to hear from men. She said she can compartmentalize. I cannot. I cannot compartmentalize with a serial pedophile. And I can separate the stuff that he allegedly did to adults. I mean, again, there's some adults that like that. There's some adults that want to be a sex slave and you want to be a kept woman and you want somebody to run your life. Okay. You want R. Kelly to slap you across your face because, the cream of wheat's a little bit too cold. He said 78 degrees, damn it. That's what you signed up for. Go right ahead. You want to be his live-in concubine? Go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, there's women out there living like that with dudes that ain't got nothing like R. Kelly. They're just regular dudes. But I can't compartmentalize it. I can't do it. Why would I even want to do it? For some music? Let's think about what we're talking about. We're talking about some fucking music. Music. That's all we're talking about. But I want to hear from men. I want to hear from men out here. I want to know what the men think. Since we're talking about a man, I want to hear about the men. I want to hear what the men. Then we'll get a word from our sponsor here at the 8 a.m. hour. At the top of the 8 a.m. hour. Kush writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, Kush.
Get to the chopper!
Somebody asked me again about Dr. Umar Johnson. Am I thinking about getting an interview with him? I may go down to Arts on the Ave for two reasons. Number one, I've never been to Arts on the Ave. I might go check it out. I think it's like, $45 to get in there, something like that. It's not too bad, but I don't know. I already met Dr. Umar Johnson. I've already seen him. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, from a newsworthy standpoint, obviously that would be newsworthy. No doubt about it. But Dr. Umar Johnson been on some bullshit, to be honest with you. Y'all can play any game you want to. I don't know what's going on with that school, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. Now, talking about compartmentalizing, I can separate what the man, his intelligence, a lot of his flows are 100% on point. When you talk about the black community, when the brother's talking about black kids in the school, he is A1. He is superlative. But something ain't right. So I don't know. I don't feel the same way as I used to about Dr. Umar. But who gives a damn about what I think about Dr. Umar? He's a big-time king of consciousness, traveling the whole world. People paying him thousands of dollars to hear him speak. So he's a big-time personality. He don't give a damn what I think or anybody else. Plus, I haven't contributed any money, so he definitely don't give a damn about what I think. But something ain't right. Something ain't right. I heard that interview he did with Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar tore his ass up. And all he did was ask him basic questions. He was just asking them basic, logical, common sense questions. Dr. Umar was all in his feelings, attacking the brother. I'm like, methinks thou dost protest too much. I got Shakespearean with your ass. You didn't think the black man knew Shakespeare. Yeah. Anyway, he was just protesting way too much. I'm like, why is he all in his feelings? The man's asking you basic questions. Answer the questions. Something ain't right there. So, I support the brother 100%. I love his interviews. He's hilarious. Matter of fact, we even got...
You're not natural, baby. I see you got that perm in there. I still love you. You're gorgeous, but you're not nappy. You got to be nappy. You got to be nappy.
Got to be nappy. We even got him on, in the system, some of his funny lines. I get it, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. Kush writes, let's get it. Luddy writes, I don't listen to him no more either. Right. Got a real man in here. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because a real man is not sitting around listening to no pedophile. Well, I got all this music out here. I can listen to The Weeknd. I'll listen to some old school Bee Gees before I listen to some damn R. Kelly. I'm not on it because when I listen to his songs, now I know that he was talking about young girls. He wasn't talking about just women. And I'm not into that. I'm not into that. So you show me a black man is out here. Oh, I love me some R. Kelly. I'm gonna show you a black man with some. You gotta watch a black man like that. Something's not right there. Something's not right there. Keisha writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers with the Z.
Get to the chopper!
Ashley writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Happy Friday Eve. Good morning to you. David writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Roy writes, good morning, everyone. Jada writes, there are a lot of artists in the industry who also mess with young girls with a crazy age difference. Some might even argue Jay-Z and Beyonce had age difference amongst others. And just because a girl is 18 doesn't mean it's morally right for a 30-year-old to be dating her. Okay. So I'm a bit past 30. But let's say I'm single. Would I date a woman that was 18? I don't see it happening. Number one, I don't know where I would be in a circle where I'd be around an 18-year-old. And then number two, that's too close to my daughter's age. I just don't see it happening. Is it morally wrong for a 30-year-old to date an 18-year-old? Morally wrong. I don't think it's morally wrong because it's not legally wrong. You know what I'm saying? Is it ethically wrong or something? I don't know. It depends on how he's coming. It depends on the 18-year-old. You might have a mature 18-year-old and she can handle that kind of relationship. Although you might have an immature 18-year-old. She gets with a 30-year-old. He's on some manipulation type shit. Now, I think it's morally wrong to try to manipulate a young woman because she's younger than you. But is that automatically wrong and she's legal? I don't believe it is. No, I don't believe it is. But at some point, it's like, what am I going to talk about with an 18-year-old? I just don't. Maybe we're not talking at all. We just get straight to the business. Okay, that's a little different. I don't know. You say there's a lot of I'm not worried about an age difference. I'm worried about minors. Charles writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. R. Kelly gets no spins. I see real men alert. Real men don't F with R. Kelly anymore. We just don't do it. It's just some things you just don't do. It ain't that hard. It's actually, I never even think about it. I have a great life full of music and dancing and laughter, and R. Kelly's not a part of it. Sometimes me and the wifey we'll just binge music. Sometimes me and the family just binge music. I'll be at a cookout or something with family. Music's playing. I don't hear no R. Kelly. Life is beautiful. I still see all the colors in the rainbow. So what am I losing by not listening to a pedophile music artist? I ain't losing nothing. But I'm preserving my dignity as a man. Give me here for dignity as a man. You got to have some damn standards. You got some people out here that ain't got they'll do anything. There's some folks out here that do anything. There's some men out here that do anything as long as it feel good. That's the only thing that matters. Do you? I'm just built a little differently. Eloise writes, good morning, happy Thursday. Brenda writes, good morning. Luddy writes, you can't listen to him and not believe he's not singing about his encounters with these girls and dudes. Fame writes, I was on Twitter this morning and saw an edit photo of Andy Walton where he looks angry, aggressive, and menacing. I was taken aback and started thinking about the meaning of life. Then I realized I'm alt middle and you not and wasn't phased anymore. Good day, folks. Let's get after it. He is hilarious, man. TC writes, good morning, everyone. And no, I never liked R. Kelly music like that anyway. Oh, I did. R. Kelly is dope. Musically, super dope. As a man, he has the kind of music from a male perspective that you down for. You like, oh shit, he in my head. You know, R. Kelly talking about interacting with women and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, shit, that's he understands. That's where I'm coming from. So don't get it twisted. But when I saw that urination video, I can't remember when it was. It was a long time ago. I was done. I was like, it took me a while. I slowly unraveled and pulled away from it. And same thing with Bill Cosby. But I won't talk about other celebrities. Let's keep it on R. Brandy writes, greetings. Carmelita writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Ladies, do you look down on a man? How do you view a man, grown man, bumping and repping R. Kelly, do you look at him any differently? Do you look at him like side eye him like, I think you like this shit too much? Like, don't you know what's going on? Do you side eye him? It's always interesting how Brandy Waddle and then Brandy Renee always come in like shortly after one another. Brandy Renee writes, good morning. Good morning to you, sis. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for being here. Listen, you could be anywhere in the World Wide Web. You ain't got to be here. It's a whole bunch of podcasts and live streams and all kind of shit out there. I appreciate the fact you plug in every single day and hit me with a like and share. It means everything. Means everything. Means everything. Share it to your Facebook page. Let people know what you into. Good morning to you. Mike Will writes, all music is garbage anyway. That is not true. That is not true. TC writes, or the music he was listening to when he committed the underage crime. Now, let's be fair to R. Kelly. He, as we understand it now, was the victim of sexual abuse and sexual assault. And what we now have a better picture is that hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Like, if you were sexually abused in your youth, then when you grow up, it's going to manifest itself in one way, shape, or another. Either you're going to be super promiscuous because you've devalued the act of sex, because you had to devalue it just to survive what happened to you. How valuable could it be if somebody took it? So we see that in people that were sexually assaulted. Some of these dudes out here think they max and players because they got all these women and all that. And what you don't know is you're dealing with a person that was traumatized. She's dealing with her trauma. You just the latest dude for them to deal with it. We also know is that, hurt people end up hurting people. They can sometimes become sexual predators just like they were preyed upon. We know this. Maybe that's what happened with R. Kelly. That he could be just as much of a victim as the victims that he preyed upon. That could be true. But I don't care about all that. It is what it is. You are what you are. Simple as that. Regina writes, good morning, good people. I think what we need to do as a Black family is what we need to do from this R. Kelly situation is to learn about it. We need to look at the way that he used to groom young people and be conscious of it so that we can see it in the young people in our lives that we care about. So when you're like, wait a minute, who is this mofo? We said, what now? That sounds very R. Kelly-ish. That's number one. Number two, we need to have more sympathy and believe the people in our lives when they have the courage to come forward and tell us that something happened. It could be your favorite auntie. It could be your favorite uncle. But you have to believe them. I've told my children, my daughter since she was a kid, and I mean this. Whatever she tells me, I believe her over anybody. She used to say, what about mommy? I'm like, well, not your mother. I'm saying any other adult. If my daughter come and tell me something, I believe her. And I don't care what nobody say. And I've trained her to always tell me the truth about certain situations because your daddy I might form Voltron on somebody that don't even deserve it. But I will do that. If my daughter come and tell me something, I'll believe her. My daughter's told me stuff about teachers. And I'm like, damn, that sounds crazy as hell. But I knew it was the truth because she don't lie to me about certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. She wasn't trained that way. And I'm training my son the same way. And I'm doing that because, these pedophiles will get with these kids and be like, your parents ain't going to believe you. Shit, if we don't. Let my son come and tell me something happened. I'm forming Voltron. Right then and there. I believe every word he told me. And again, with my daughter, she's told me some crazy shit. And turns out every single time what she told me was the exact truth. Every single time. Guys, so that's what I take from R. Kelly. I'm learning from the way that he was trying to groom or tried and groomed young people so I can be conscious of it because it might be a red flag with my own children, with young people in my own family. But then secondly, I believe, maybe I'm biased, but I'm victim biased. I don't believe that people are going to come forward largely and admit that somebody sexually assaulted them because who wants to admit that another human being got over on you? What man wants to admit that another man sexually assaulted you? What woman wants to admit that a man or a woman sexually? Nobody wants to admit that. So when they do, I'm very, very, very sympathetic to that, man. Very sympathetic. Ashley writes, good morning. T writes, good morning, King. Naisha's in the house. Good to see you, Naisha. She writes, LOL in training. T writes, good morning, Queen. Mike writes, good morning, young man. Who is that you got there? That was a son and a daughter. Ronald writes, good morning, Choppers. Good morning to you.
Get to the chopper!
Tanika's in the house. She writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Sean writes, list all the artists who are pedophile entertainers. It might be a long list, but today I'm focusing on R. Kelly because he got the R. Kelly trial that's going on. And I just want to let you know it's all kind of stuff. Number one, the government going after him like he is a gangster. They're going after him using the same playbook that they use to go after the big time mobsters and gangsters, claiming that he had basically a criminal enterprise that include a lot of his business associates, and they were all in the plot to basically abuse, in some cases, underage individuals. There's at least one male who claimed that R. Kelly groomed him since he was underage and made him do a whole bunch of kind of stuff strange for a little bit of change, all kind of crazy stuff. Everybody. Apparently his employees were helping to recruit women. And I don't have a problem with that. You're a big time star and you like women and your manager knows that. And then women are coming knocking on the dressing room door. Okay, bring in the best of the bunch. As long as they're women, not girls. They're grown women. They know what this is. Come on in here. Yeah. Oh, bring your friend too. Yeah. Oh, shit. We're going to have a good time tonight. Great. Come on in here. No problem with that. But children, every problem with it. Apparently, he's also accused of knowingly infecting some of his partners with sexually transmitted disease, most particularly herpes. I mean, they got his ass in a sling. A woman named Jerhonda Johnson Pace alleged that he groomed her to be basically his concubine. And she lied to R. Kelly. She told him that she was 19 when she was really underage because she wanted to be with him. Now, in cases like that, how's a dude supposed to know? Well, that's what happens when you close to the line. When you dealing with girls that's 18, 19, 17, you too close to the line, R. Yeah, some of them might lie because they want to be with R. Kelly. They think, daddy wasn't there or he's going to open the keys to an excellent life or whatever. I mean, they got all kind of stuff in here, man. It's all kind of stuff, man. I don't know if you've been watching this shit, but this shit is crazy. Crazy. Apparently, he paid $200,000 to one girl to settle a lawsuit. She was going to file a lawsuit against him because allegedly he gave her herpes. So he paid her $200,000 to shut her up. Again, when you're a big time star like R. Kelly, you got money like that. You can do those kind of things. Ron P. De Niro writes, good morning, my brother. It's been a minute. Hey, what's up, Ron? Good morning to you. Good morning. Fame writes, folks, the Tampa Bay -8 tonight. They're going to smoke Dallas. Okay. Fame writes, Nathan checking his daughter's attire. I ain't mad at that. Got to. Nisha writes, give his family a reality show. You funny for that. Cass writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Good morning to you. Tabitha writes, good morning. Let's chop it up. Let's do that. Good morning to you. Ashley writes, hashtag Black Family Love. You know it. Tanika writes, I love the family time, Nate. You're the real deal. It just happened naturally. I'm at home. Son came in. Just makes sense to bring him on cam. I do promote Black family values, though, every day, all day. Good morning, Nate and the Choppers. It's a beautiful Thursday. Absolutely. Good morning to you. Naisha writes, how do you feel about the victim's parents? Some of these parents, Naisha, is straight up. They need to be in jail. What I look like dropping my daughter off to some damn R. Kelly's house? I end up having to kill R. Kelly. Literally. What I look like? So some of these parents, man, that get caught up with that money, man. The lust of money is the root of evil, man. They getting caught up with that money, like R. Kelly gonna turn their kid into a star or something. Or in some cases, I wonder if some of these parents didn't put their kids in harm's way so that they could have a case. Like, yeah, go on up to R. Kelly's house. Yeah, oh, he want to touch you? Let him touch you. or he wants you to take a bath with him, take a bath with him, take a bath with him, and record it all. Get some of that semen on the napkin. Oh, we got you now, and now you got a court case. What kind of parent dangles their kid to make some money? It ain't that serious. But let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, talk show host. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, caller. Welcome.
It's wonderful to hear. Hey, it's funny. I haven't heard an R. Kelly song in so long, to the point where I guess I could say I don't listen to him anymore. However, I stopped listening to Keith Sweat about 10 years ago as well. You know, whatever that song was, that starts off, "You may be young, but you're ready." I'm like, that means something different now. I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? And like, I kind of canceled him as well. Just a lot of those, like a lot of artists from back in the day, our youth and teens, you listen to their music and you dissect the lyrics now, you realize they mean something totally different than what we thought growing up. And just listening to them, they hit a little different now, being a parent and being just a mature adult. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I a lot of those cats. I mean, be it R. Kelly, Keith Sweat. I mean, I know you said it's a long list. We don't need to, list each one. But then you can go back to Chuck Berry, who married a 16-year-old. Like, none of these people are rational and make sense. I would never support none of them. As icons, historians, nothing. I mean, that's just me, though. But I have to admit, Nathan, right, wrong, or indifferent, when I hear what's going on in this R. Kelly trial, I hear a guy who not only needs to be criminally rehabilitated, but mentally rehabilitated. He's into some really sick, twisted stuff. And he's taking it the extra mile with the hiring. He's got a 40-year-old woman training the younger girls who come in. Some madam, kind of. It's just some weird stuff going on with this cat. Something happened to him at a very young age, and he carried it with him throughout his musical career, and now he's inflicting that on other people. Like you said, hurt people hurt people. Somebody did him real greasy when he was a kid, and I guess the old adage shows it's true that money doesn't change a person; it just makes you more of who you are. Because he showed he was a sex addict to the nth degree as he got more money, bringing in extra women and stuff. So, y'all can chew on that. That's all I got, man. Tonight, Tampa Bay -8. That's free. Fame Rothstein. If you don't know where to find me, don't worry about it. I'm not here to promote me. I just want to get you to a bag, and I'll do that for y'all every Thursday. But until the next time, y'all be safe. Holla. Oh!
Appreciate him. He wants you to get to the bag. Appreciate him. So I want to remind you that the NAACP has its first candidates forum tonight. It's going to be tonight. And I got the update. So there's going to be some changes with the NAACP forum. They were planning on doing a lot of them live, but because of the restrictions and just the pandemic, they decided to move to virtual. So as I understand it, and TNT or David or whoever, if you're listening, if I'm wrong about this, please set me straight. I don't want to give inaccurate information to the people. But as I understand it, tonight is going to be in person. But then starting next Tuesday, and again, I'll be your moderator for the school board, and then I'll be the moderator for some of the Cincinnati City Council races as well, yet to be determined. But it's going to be virtual. So CDN will be your virtual sponsor. We'll be doing it, and I'll be your moderator and host, much like we did last year as well. I think it works pretty well that way, provided that all of the candidates have good connections. Everybody has different connections. Just remember, the last day to register to vote is October the 4th, and early voting begins October the 5th. October the 5th through November 1st. Now, why is that less than a month? To me, that should be a longer time frame. But it is what it is. So again, the last day to register to vote is October the 4th. Early voting begins October the 5th. So really, you could register October the 4th and then begin early voting the very next day. And just go to the Cincinnati NAACP's Facebook page. They've got videos up right now. It'll give you all the details that you need. And you can check it out for yourself. Check it out for yourself right there. And again, I won't be your moderator for today. They got another brother who's doing it. I believe he's with OJ, the Ohio Justice and Policy team. I forget the brother's name. TNT just told me yesterday. But I will be your moderator. CDM will be your virtual host next Tuesday. So look forward to that. And it'll be the school board candidates. I'm pretty much tight at this point. Looking forward to it. I've got a good sense of the direction I want to take. But then I'm going to get the information I need from the NAACP and then put it all together. And again, my purposes in this is, see, when I do things for other people, I don't bring the whole Nathan Ivey swagger to it because it's not my show. It's their show. I'm doing it for them. So I have to keep that in mind. So there's some things that I might not do that if it's just a Nathan Ivey show, I press every button there is. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it for the people. Okay, sure. Absolutely. You already got it. So if you're noticing a difference in my approach, is because I'm in a different environment. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to Nathan Ivey show, knives are out. But I want to give you, but we still gonna get to the bottom of it. Believe me, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. We're gonna get a chance to see who these people are. All I can do is asking questions. I can't make nobody answer in a certain way, but smart people, if you ask the right question with the right follow-up, smart people can glean something out of it. Like, how many times have you watched an interview and you just sitting back watching and you get a lot out of it? Either because of what they say or what they don't say. And so when you watch these forums, just keep that in mind. Listen to what they're saying, but also think about what they're not saying. That can be as eye-opening as what people say. So just have that mentality when you participate and you watch these upcoming forums. Pay close attention to what they say, but also pay close attention to what they don't say. It means a whole lot. And I don't believe in the Perry Mason moment. I don't believe in that. Remember Perry Mason? It was the stupidest shit ever. He was a lawyer way back in the day, black and white television. And every single episode, he'd get somebody in the witness stand and start hammering with questions, and they'd just break down and confess. Don't nobody do that shit. Don't nobody do that. These are smart, intelligent people. I don't believe in that. So I never go for the gotcha. I just simply ask the questions that need to be asked. And I hold firm for an answer. That's my style. See here. So get ready for that. Looking forward to it. Carlton writes, too many black people love comparing us to white people who involve themselves in perversion, as if white people have moral superiority. It's proof of historical ignorance. We have to do better. Good morning to you, Carlton. Alicia writes, 18 and 19 is legal, though. Some states couldn't go after R. Kelly because the legal age of consent in their states was 15 and 16. Why do these states endorse such a young age for legal age of consent? That's an excellent question. It's a very good question. Dale writes, Nate, play that clip of the interview with Torre. If I can find it real quick. Let me see. Oh, okay. We trended on Facebook. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I can't. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I might be able to go. I think Torre actually just wrote a piece for the Griot. He just wrote a piece for the Griot in which he says, R. Kelly's attraction to underage girls was on the surface for years. I know because I asked him. He did do an interview that you should not forget with R. Kelly many years ago, and he asked him straight up. I always liked Torre. Number one, I liked him because the brother had heart, and he was a little bit different. Now that R. Kelly is on trial in federal court and is all coming out, several women have testified to sexual encounters with him when they were teenagers. Let me see. So Torre asked him, "Do you like underage girls?" Quote, "I thought about how he had repeatedly defined underage as 13. I needed a word that was more precise and less vague. So when I re-asked at the last second, I changed my word. This time I said, do you like teenage girls?" Kelly did not say no. That would have been easy. He said, "How old are we talking?" I was shocked. Yeah. I remember that. I mean, some of these men out here, man, they'll do anything. There's some dudes out here that do anything for the ill nana. They'll do anything. They so thirsty for it. You got a lot of men out here. I mean, Rihanna said it best. You got some dudes out here trying to work on their inner issues with a bad chick, make them feel better about themselves to be with a beautiful woman, right? Oh, she said yes to me, so that means I must be somebody and all this kind of dumb shit. And then you got some dudes out here that's just straight up sick. Just straight up sick. There's a reason why, and I've never been to prison, but as they say, shout out to the big homie with Fresh Out series, what I'm saying, Big Herc. But he does great work on YouTube. You should check him out. He'll give you all the inner workings of how it works. But as I understand it, beyond them prison walls, a pedophile, you less than dirt. You liable to not wake up the next morning. And that's because real men don't F with pedophiles on no levels. On no levels. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. TC writes, all white communities does exist anyway. Okay, I must be coming in the wrong. Tabitha writes, I blame all the music industry for letting pedophiles and foul language and gangster rap trap and train our youth through radio and TV. Whoa, Tabitha. Now what? Don't lump in pedophiles with gangster rap and trap music. Those are two completely different things, sis. Wait a minute. Somewhere gangster rap is like, huh? Trap music like, wait a minute. I don't have no problem with no gangster rap. Just like I don't have a problem with R-rated movies. Eyes is grown and I love every part of it. Sometimes I want to watch, I like adult content. Like when I'm watching Netflix and these television series, I gravitate toward the shit that's more adult. I want to see the sex scenes. I want to see all the adult shit because that's what I'm into. I'm a grown person. Look, I look like sitting around watching Shrek all day. I don't do that. When I'm in the mood for some Public Enemy, I'm in the mood for some Public Enemy. When I'm in the mood for some Yo Gotti or some Lil Baby, I prefer Little Baby over the Baby any day. Then that's what I'm in the mood for. You know what I'm saying? When I want to listen to NBA Youngboy, that's what I want to listen to. When I want to listen to Poor Righteous Teachers, that's what I want to listen to. It just depends on my taste, my mood. I like my movies and my media the same way. So I never had a problem with the gangster rap or the trap music. Pedophiles is a whole different thing. Oh, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole other conversation. Good morning, King Nate and the Mighty Choppers. Good morning to you, Sean. Good morning to you. I'll be getting it in. I'm hitting that bar, bro. That bar. Whew. I will not stop until I master the pull-up bar. And by master, I need to be able to do, my goal is 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups within 5 minutes. When I can do that on a regular basis, I'll be straight. That's my goal. Just like the brothers on Bar Stars on YouTube, that's my goal. If they can do it, I can do it. Carlton writes, I was with him until he got all black spaces. We need more sustainable black communities and spaces. We are not protected in majority society. I agree with you. I think it was Urban Consulate. They're doing great work in the city and around the country. They put together a conversation, I think it was earlier this year or last year, called Black Spaces Matter. It was a great conversation, which I agree with 100%. You know what I'm saying? With CDM, this is a black space. That's what I'm interested. I'm interested in building black media. That's what my interest is. I'll work with anybody, but when I look at Cincinnati and I look at the region, I think, okay, there's a place for that among everything. That's why I created CDM and I'm working with a lot of very talented black creative folks. I work with anybody, but that's where my focus is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we need more than anything else. So shout out to all the people that's in that space, man. I support you 1,000%. Charles Holmes writes, good morning. Marisha writes, good morning. Good morning to you. Listen, I got to tell you about this dope t-shirt, man. This is made by a local Black artist, and his name is Michael. And I want to show you some of his other stuff. You maybe have seen me wear like a hat. Matter of fact, this mug is Michael's, man. You gotta check him out. He is super, super dope. I'll put his website up before we leave. Probably coming out the top of the hour break. But you know, dude is super talented, man. Super talented. Look at this. This is his brand right here. And people say I don't support Black artists. Knock it off. I was supporting Black artists before it was fashionable to support Black artists. See, it's fashionable now. That's the end thing to do. I did it naturally. I do it naturally because it's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? You can't see this Black art over here. Maybe I'll show you one day. That stuff back there is not really, that's not Black art right there. That's like some stuff I picked up along the way. Anthony writes, I had it also on CD. Don't even know where it is now. 12 play? Oh, man. I ran through my 12 play. You know what used to happen? You would rub off the writing so you couldn't even read anything on it. But by that time, you had it memorized. And broke my cassette tape. Had to buy another 12 play. When I bought the second one, I bought a CD. Because at that point, I was in the CD players. Tracy writes, Marvin Gaye married at 17 years old, I believe. Okay. Tabitha writes, they should let Usher, Jacquez, Jamie Foxx, and others remake all R. Kelly songs. The world's greatest pedophile. Where are the parents? Naisha writes, Rare. Where are the parents? How you let your kid get caught up like that? Man, I wish a motherfucker would even suggest some dumb shit like that to me about my kids or my daughter going to live with some dude. I wouldn't give a damn who it was. Now, nigga, if you lost your motherfucking mind, we all move in. Y'all said it. You lost your damn mind? Tiff writes, good morning, all. Keisha writes, she definitely has a point. I can separate the two. I cannot separate the two. I cannot separate the actions from the man. I cannot separate the two. And music is supposed to, what do I look like? Listening to a pedophile sing about messing around with some children. See, I can't distinguish the two of those. I can't say, oh, he must be singing about a woman now. R. Kelly messed that up for me. I'll always and forever believe that he's singing about children. And what man listens to another man singing sexy to a child? And yo, check it. I have a daughter. What grown Black man with a daughter is riding around talking about, I'm listening to R. Kelly? Any grown Black man doing that is sus to me. Straight suspect. Straight suspect. I don't care who it is. It could be you. I'm talking about you. And if you want to push back on it, let me put the number right here for you. 513-873-7134. What grown man, and you got a daughter? And you out here bumping R. Kelly? That's a suspect Black man right there. Watch him. Watch him. Who knows what they doing? Skeletons in the closet. Nikki writes, blame the parents, but not the pedophile. I blame the pedophile. But I also blame the parents that put the kids in the path of the pedophile. I'm just saying. Hold on. Clarence is telling some real shit, right? He writes, up early in the morning, dressed in black. Don't ask why, because I'm down in the suit and tie. They killed the homie that I went to school with. I tell you, life ain't to fool with. We still hear the scream. Oh, okay. I think those are like lyrics right there or something. Those lyrics or something, Clarence? Good morning to you. What's going on with you, bro? Yeah, all right? Tracy writes, Diddy's son, Justin, his mother was underage when he got with her. Justin? Justin Combs? Well, you know, that ain't even really P. Diddy's son. That ain't even really P. Diddy's son, Tracy. You heard the latest rumor on that? Justin is the son of P. Diddy's bodyguard, a dude named Wolf, who actually got killed. And I was watching this YouTube channel called The Art of Dialogue. And it's sort of like, I won't call it a knockoff because everybody do their own thing, but it kind of reminds me of Vlad TV. It's kind of like a sit down, you know, conversation. And they talk with this dude that I forget the dude's name. He's lost a lot of weight. I wonder if he's sick or not. But he was a police officer, but he was tied up with Death Row Records and that whole music industry. I'm telling you, man, there's a book that you should check out. It's older now, but it's still a dope read. It's called The Spectacular Rise and Fall of Death Row Records. You should get that book if you like that kind of stuff. It's written by a dude named Ronan Rowe. Super dope. Gives you the backstory and everything. Now, it's a bit outdated now because you can go on Vlad TV and get all this information. But so this dude was like, man, he put a picture up of Wolf and a picture of Justin Combs. And he was like, don't you see the similarities? And I'll be honest with you, I was looking at it like, damn, he looked just like dude. Hold on, let me put this up. Now, I'm just saying, women do what women do. Put it that way. Women do what women do. And I wouldn't put it past a woman to do some shit like that. Let me see if I can find this for you. It's everywhere, yo. It's everywhere. You ain't seen this? It's everywhere. Let me see if I can find this for you. Yeah. I'm gonna put this up. Now, if you're Justin Combs, you would much rather be P. Diddy's son than a dead bodyguard, because P. Diddy's worth almost $1 billion. It was a dude named Reggie Wright Jr. That was the guy's name. Since you brought it up, a little sidebar here. Let me see. I'll put this image up here. You tell me. Seeing the picture, I was like, damn, same hairline, same facial features. Would a woman do that? Hell yeah, a woman would do that. You know, you mess around with P. Diddy and then you spend a night or two on the low with his bodyguard. You don't think nobody know. Baby pop out. If you the baby mother, who you want the father to be? The dead bodyguard or the very real live hip hop mogul that's worth almost $1 billion? I know what I would choose. All right, check this out. Yeah, this is like a screenshot from somebody's the bombist.com. Check them out. They do great work, I'm sure, and I hip to them. But so that circle right there, that's a dude named Wolf. I don't know his real name, but he was a bodyguard. Apparently, he was real about his too. He was the one that kept Death Row and Suge and them off P. Diddy's earth. Apparently, he was the one that was like, nah, you have to go through me. And apparently they had some issues because P. Diddy owed him some hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that woman right there, that's Justin's mama. I don't know her name. And then that's Justin. Now you tell me who that boy looked like. You tell me who he looked like. Now I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just saying, since Tracy brought it up, it jogged a memory. I'm like, oh, let me share this with the audience. Y'all might little. It ain't no big conversation, just like a little. You know how I do. I like to keep things complex. Little diversion. Check that out. You tell me he don't look like Wolf. He don't look shit like P. Diddy. He looked like that man right there. And would a man do some shit like that? You better believe a man to do some shit like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's P. Diddy's son or not biologically. I don't know. It wouldn't take a whole lot. All you got to do is just go get a blood test. And P. Diddy's a smart man. Something tells me that before he would claim a kid, he would make sure that he got a DNA test. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's just more her. She definitely looked like his mama. But maybe his mama got dominant genes. It could be that. I don't know. But look at that hairline, though. Look at that hair. Look at that facial experience. That look just like your boy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tracy also writes, when I said 3 years ago that Dr. Umar was a scammer and the funds were gone for the school, I was a hater, but whatever. Damn, Tracy, she don't forget shit. You did say that.
I built the whole plan. I ain't going nowhere.
You did say that. Okay, we give you your props. I'm the kind of dude, especially when it comes to us, I like to believe the positive. Like I told you, I've always given Dr. Umar his props. He is a very strong mental. And when he be talking that black-white shit, 9 times out of 10, he be on point. But this is with this school, Man, all you got to do is check out the Yadameen Godcast. Him and what's the chick's name? I can't remember. She was dope. Rod Digger. And look at that interview. It's like 7 months ago, man. I was late to it. I didn't see it like when it really actually happened. Dr. Umar got exposed. Hold on one second here. I'm having some issues with my camera. Dr. Umar got exposed during that interview. And it is what it is. And he really exposed himself more than anything else. Hold on one second here. Hold on. So camera is it's not acting up. It's out of battery. So I got another camera I could set up real quick, but I think that might take too long. So let me just kind of charge it a little bit while we talking, and then I'll plug it back up. So until then, you're gonna have to look at that screen right there. It is what it is. The show goes on. But back to your chat. Let me see. Rachel writes, what about the songs he wrote for other artists? Are we excluding those art also? Damn, you getting all deep with it, Rochelle. Well, since you brought it, let me think about it. I would say no. I'm not going to hold that against another artist. I would say no, but that gives me something to think about. Jack writes, real men ain't into Shakespeare, damn sure not quoting, and I'm sure some pseudo stuff happened around him and probably put him into his stories. Okay, Jack. TC writes, why would anyone want to date that young? What have in common? Well, as a man, the vagina and the penis always have something in common. Right? So let's be real here. You know, the penis and the vagina always got something to talk about. They can always see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you though. Like, I don't know. I mean, 18, I'm not sure what age I got to, but 18. But I was never into women my age when I was that age anyway. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do with a little girl? I want a grown-ass woman. I want a woman that's been there, done that, know what she want, know how to get it, knows what to tell me what to do. I want a grown-ass woman. Who wants to be with a little girl? You know what I'm saying? But let's be real here. Clarence writes, is it morally wrong today a person that's 18 and 36? What can an 18-year-old offer a 36-year-old man? Vagina. An 18-year-old vagina. Let's keep it 100 now. I ain't here to lie to you. 18 and 36, what could a 36-year-old man can get an 18-year-old vagina? That's what he can get. You know, some men are in it for different things. Like I said, you got a lot of insecure men out here who, for them, sexual conquest make them feel better about themselves. Like, for real. Like, it's everything to them. You know what I'm saying? That's their whole being. Again, Rihanna said it best, trying to fix your inner issues with a bad B. There's a lot of dudes out there. So there's a lot of 36. There are some 36-year-old men. Shit, that'll make them put their head up higher. Put the chest out a little bit more. Put them shoulders back, because they got an 18-year-old that want to be with them for whatever amount of time. Like, everybody's different here. But let's not act like we don't understand how this works, clans. We are men. We understand how this works. Tell me what is there to talk about? There's a lot to talk about without talking. Sean writes, if I'm 13 years old, 18 is way too young with me. I'm with you on that. I'm 44 now. My youngest daughter is 20. Can't do it. I'm with you 1,000% on that. Janice writes, an 18-year-old might think she's old enough for a 30-year-old man. Not, it's mental. I agree with you. But it's all mental when you're dealing with women. It's all mental. Sean writes, I can't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Those lyrics. Now we know. Absolutely. So again, my question is really simple. Do you agree with this statement? Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Now, back in the day, R. Kelly was the music for a man. He was setting the table. He was setting the mood. Everything he said was exactly what you was trying to do. I get it. But that was then. This is 2021. Mofo on trial. We got 2 decades of evidence, and I'm not having it. I ain't doing it. I can't remember the last time I pressed play to an R. Kelly song. I think it was, oh, no, it's coming to me. I think it was I Believe I Can Fly. And I was on YouTube or something like that. And I was talking about R. Kelly. And I was like, look at this beautiful music. It was something like that. I was trying to make a point. But I don't listen to pedophiles. Sean writes, I do not listen to R. Kelly anymore. I stopped a long time ago. We should not support anyone that victimizes children. Correct, Amundo. Bunky writes, what's up, Nate and the Choppers?
Oh, get to the chopper!
Good morning to you. Brandy writes, I don't listen to him either. And I'm a woman. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Thank you. Because see, I know what I'm saying is 100% on point. And any man who would argue against this is less than a man. Any man who will be on some arguing against this point is less than a man, period. So I'm very curious as to what women think. You know, you meet a dude, you get in the car, y'all going somewhere to eat. This motherfucker put some R. Kelly on. You looking at him like, what in the hell? Like, this ain't sexy. His music ain't sexy no more. Tabitha says she give me the side eye. Okay, all right. Clarence is talking about Woody Allen. Fuck Woody Allen, man. We talking about R. Kelly. I don't give a damn I know Woody Allen. But you could put him there too. What about Michael Jackson's music? He was found not guilty on all accounts, but did he do it? That's complicated. Let's talk about Michael Jackson another day. That's complicated. Bunky writes, Cardi B was on tape confessing to drugging men and robbing them. Are we canceling her too? That's a whole different conversation. Cardi B was drugging men that I don't think these were young boys. Yo, check it. As a man, you out here dealing with strange women. You get what you get. You get what you get. If she rob you, she rob you. If she give you an STD, she gave you an STD. You gave it to yourself. You put yourself in that position. Period. So I think that's completely different, Bunky. Jack writes, throw some R. Kelly and people listening. Long as they ain't playing it, LOL. Depends on who it is. Padara, Rabbit, MLK. R. Kelly was a king of R&B, whether people like it or not. What's up, Padara? On YouTube. Yeah, he was. He was, but not anymore. Anime writes, so you only listen to music made by saints, huh, Nate? Nope, I didn't say that. I'm going to be honest. We all liars. You can't know the musician's personal life 100%. What I don't know, Anime. And what I do. I bet you listen to people way worse than R. Kelly, and you may never know it. Well, if I don't know it, I don't know it. When you know better, you do better. And when you don't know better, you keep doing the same dumb shit. I don't know. Like, you know, if I'm listening to whoever the artist is and they did some crazy shit and I don't know about it, I'm not responsible for it. But once I become aware of it, then I become responsible for it. And it's just some things that I'm just not going to do. Every man got their own standards. There's probably some men out there that's got a standard that I'm like, that ain't really for me. Okay. But today I'm talking about R. Kelly, man. I'll tell you what really ticked me off is I was listening to the Is It Just Me podcast with Donnie B on Friday, 12:30s. Check her out. And I'm listening to her flows about it. I'm like, yeah, I got mad about the shit all over again, quite honestly. I'm pissed all over again. And so, you know, since then, I've been kind of paying attention more and more and reading up about it. I just got to the point and said, it's a Thursday. Let's have this conversation. It's a great conversation. And I think, to me, what can we learn from this? If you're wondering what's up with my camera, I got to recharge it. I guess after using it yesterday, I didn't recharge it fully. So just give me it might take about 30 minutes, I'll be honest with you, for me to get a sufficient enough charge. But it is what it is. We are where we are. And Anime, you're right. I don't listen to music from just saints because I'm no saint. Don't get it twisted. I'm no saint at all. I keep telling people that. Don't put me on no pedestal because I don't belong to be there. I am a man. You know, take that for whatever you think that means. You probably right. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100. I don't roll with saints. I'm not a saint. I don't roll like that. But even in that, there's some things that I'm just not gonna have. I ain't having it. And, you know, when I've had these conversations over the years, ain't the first time I talked about this. Ain't the first time I've talked about real men don't listen to R. Kelly. I've talked about this over the years. And I've had men who called in like, oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm like, sucker? You sound like a sucker. What do you believe in? So I'm just drawing a line in the sand, a distinction between myself, the real men, and the suckers out there, the simps. You got to be a simp to be right here bumping R. Kelly. I'm no simp. Simple as that. Brother Terrence Forte writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Terrence, good morning to you. Good to see you. Brother Lannis is in the house. What's up, Lannis? Good to see you. Hey, listen, man, we got over 100 people watching. Hit me with that share. Hit your boy with a share. Why can't we hit 100 shares today? Do you understand what that would do in terms of stretching out the influence of today's show? Y'all put me on a whole nother level. Let me see. Luddy writes, temperature rising. Your body's calling. Oh, man. Anthony writes, no amount of money will make me pimp my child. I know that, right? I know that's right. Carmelita writes, kill his ass dead. Ooh, kill his ass? Lami writes, some of the parents are posing as their children, lying about their ages. This whole thing is a complete mess. It is. It is. This whole thing where R. Kelly has uncovered just the soft white underbelly of parts of our culture and society. Not just from him, because he's the main perpetrator, but the fact that you had people out there willing to prostitute, pimp out their children to get a little bit of what he had. I'm telling you, man, if there's people out there that do anything, they'll do anything. Anything. Nakia writes, now that I can't agree with R. Kelly as a legend, you just made the wrong choices. Glenn writes, I haven't listened to R. Kelly years ago. Better music is out there. Mm-hmm. Yo writes, OMG, please put some blame on them thirsty parents. They was pimping their kids. Absolutely. They were. They should go to jail as well. Pedro writes, I don't even trust dude on the phone. I know that's right, Pedro. So did R. Kelly's black card get revoked? His human card got revoked. It's bigger than black. His human card got revoked. And soon his freedom card is going to get revoked. And he's going to get exactly what he deserves. Like I said, what men and women do, I'm cool with. That's what men and women do. You're a grown person, and some people like to role play. You know, some women like to be submissive. You want to be submissive with a dude you with, you go right ahead, do you? You know, you want to put a collar around your neck or something like that, or you want to play the yes sir, no sir game, which some of y'all women know a lot of. Go ahead and play the yes sir, no sir game. Yes sir, no sir game. Okay, great. I'm with all of that. But those are consenting adults. Grown folks can do what they want to do. We talking about children here. And I got a 16-year-old daughter. What I look like? How could I look her in the face and I'm bumping pedophile music? How can I say I love my daughter, that I'm a protector of my daughter? I can't do it. Pedro writes, just don't mess with underage girls, period. But if it's legal, that's on her to date anybody she want. I agree. Yo writes, Il Nana Nate, shaking my head. Yeah, that's what I call it, Il Nana. Mary writes, yes, can't blame the music. The person should be held accountable, sexually abusing underage kids. I agree completely. Jack writes, the price of lady time now is very expensive now. I feel sorry for men nowadays because KRS-One saying the girlies were free because the crack don't cost money. It depends on the woman you're dealing with and what she into it for. Mary writes, R. Kelly and his enablers are the ones who should be held accountable. They helped with his sick behaviors. They did. Absolutely. Sean writes, yes, sir. Get it, Nate, on the pull-up bar. I am at 50 pull-ups in 5 minutes, work in progress. Oh, okay, you can get 50 in? I'm not quite there yet, but I will be. That's the goal. 5 minutes, 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups inside of 5 minutes. That's it. That's the goal. And I'm talking about being able to do that with ease. Man, I seen these pats on Bar Stars. They doing it like it's nothing. I want to do that. I'm going to do that, period. Kendall writes, I think money was involved in some cases, yeah. Jay writes, good morning, Nathan, and the Chop Shop. Did you say your prayers? Oh, snap. Let me say it real quick. Lord, forgive me for my brash delivery. They know not what they do, Lord. Thank you. There it is. Thank you, man. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Nope, I forgot. Damn. I forgot. Pedro writes, I listen to R. Kelly. I don't know what none of these artists doing. I don't trust half of them. Me and some of the choppers are going back and forth with some lyrics. Oh, okay. Danita writes, good morning. How is everyone? Hey, good to see you, Danita. I didn't think it was a secret that Justin wasn't P. Diddy's son. I thought his father was Al B. Sure. And they never tried to hide that. No, the other boy is Al B. Sure's biological son. And then P. Diddy adopted him. Get the brother's name. Quincy is his name. And he basically, P. Diddy just basically adopted him. Al B. Sure was dating a woman that P. Diddy has children with. I'm not sure how all this shit works. Relationships can be messy and complicated, but they seem to work it all out. Jack writes, it was Puff fault Wolf got killed in Atlanta. Man, listen, Vlad, Art of Dialogue, all these YouTube channels, man, Say Cheese, they're doing great work, man. It's like oral history, basically. Your writes, Diddy looked too happy in that picture. Shit, he on top of the world. Let me see. Let me pick this up again. Oh, that was the Melanin Insights podcast. If y'all missed this on Sunday, it is worth your time to check it out on Facebook. They had an excellent conversation about some shit that's happening up in Middletown, but it's issues in that you can use no matter where you are. It's super. You should check it out. Yeah, man. So, damn. I don't know. Props to P. Diddy, man, for being a real man and standing up and taking care of his children, man, even if the children wasn't his. I mean, shit. Somebody got to do it, so props to him. Diddy said, I the poppy. Daryl writes, good morning, new listener. Hey, what's up, Daryl? On Facebook. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Fame writes, that's the son that Diddy was at UCLA wilding out over. I don't think it was a secret. That wasn't Diddy's son. Diddy calls Al B. Sure's son his son, Quincy. The Justin kid is short and stocky. Diddy is lanky and dark. That was an open secret. He better than me. I don't know if I could do that. It depends on the situation. I don't know. Sean writes, Lord Jamar destroyed Umar Johnson. Lord Jamar absolutely destroyed Umar Johnson in that interview. And all he did was ask him basic question. To be honest with you, Sean, Umar Johnson destroyed Umar Johnson in that Lord Jamar interview. Lord Jamar didn't ask him nothing that he shouldn't have been prepared for. And I watched that like, oh, this nigga on some dumb-ish. It changed the way I looked at Dr. Umar. It did. And, a lot of what he was saying, it didn't make no sense whatsoever. It made no sense. And see, the problem with Lord Jamar, as we found out in that interview, if anybody missed it, go on YouTube and check it out, is that Lord Jamar has family that have built schools. Like I think his father or grandfather built a school in New York. So when Umar went into that interview, he was dealing with somebody who had intimate knowledge about that subject, and he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready to talk with a black man that knew what he was talking about that very subject. And Umar got exposed. And like I said, everybody know I always defended Dr. Umar Johnson until I saw that interview. I was like, oops, got to get off this boat. Got to get off this boat. So it don't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater when it relates to Dr. Umar Johnson. It just means I can just see it for what it really is. When the brother's talking he's talking black to people, I got you. He on point. When he started talking about that motherfucking school, which I love the idea of it, the FMDG Academy or something like that. I love the idea, but something ain't right. Something is not right with the funds. And it is what it is. I mean, if he got people that want to give him that money, then shit's all that really matter. Let me see. Sean writes, wow, Justin is Wolf's real son? That's what Reggie Wright Jr. said on a podcast called The Art of Dialogue. Just Google it. Just Google it right now. It'll come up. Check it out for yourself. Nate, on your cover art this morning, R. Kelly throwing up the Baphomet sign on his right hand. You know what? I ain't even pay attention to it. I guess. I guess. Danita writes, if R. Kelly was writing lyrics about having sex with a kid, it doesn't matter who sung them. If him writing the lyrics is your issue, the intent of the lyric would be the same. Okay. I hear you. Clarence writes, you mess with my daughters, the devil gonna be your mailman. Nakia writes, stop it, Nate. They don't want to hear the truth. Danita writes, when a girl lies about her age, her body may be that of a grown woman, but she opens her mouth, you know. Absolutely. Sean writes, what about all these songs he wrote for other artists? Do we boycott them as well? Somebody else asked that question. Danita writes, have a good one, Choppers. Headed to a meeting. Well, thank you for being here, Danita. Appreciate you stopping in for a second, blessing us with your presence. Appreciate it. Mary writes, stop deflecting. We aren't discussing Woody Allen. I agree. Nakia writes, so that answers the question. I guess his black card got revoked. His black card, his human card, and soon his freedom is all going to be revoked. TNT writes, R. Kelly is canceled in my world. Me too. No self-respecting black man is out here promoting R. Kelly. No self-respecting black man is out here promoting R. Kelly. None. You show me a black man is on some pro R. Kelly shit, and I'm going to show you a weak-ass, sick-ass black man. Simple as that. Cross the board. Don't matter who it is. Anyway, it could be a family member. It could be my brother, and I'll say the same thing to him. You on some weak-ass, sick-ass shit, bro. Simple as that. Let me see. Janice writes, I Believe I Can Fly is the only one of his songs that is acceptable. Maybe. And I have to really think about it. I have to really think about you. Nikki writes, I'm in 100% agreement with you on R. Kelly. A lot of smart people in here today. Bunky writes, Cardi B is the same thing. A sexual predator is a sexual predator. Stop caping. I don't think that Cardi B has been accused of doing anything with underage people. Cardi B was a hustler. And she was dealing with these dudes and she was robbing them. It's wrong. But it is not on the same level as being a pedophile, Bunky, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what you get as a man. You want to do all this stuff with different women, you get what comes with it. Simple as that. She robbed your ass. There it is. Should have been smart. Don't fall asleep afterward. Yeah, he'll get side-eyed for sure. I ain't with it. All right, so let me take a quick pause here and get a word in from our sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by my friends over at renewcommunitychurch.org. They got a brand new ebook that's available for you to download for free from their website this morning. They've created a whole new series that is designed to help you live your absolute best life. Check this out, and then we'll talk on the other side.
The words for today are attract more money. It takes 60 seconds for the universe through the invisible law of attraction to be fully activated in your life. God's invisible law of attraction is available to you because you are just 60 seconds away from attracting more money. Take the next 60 seconds and attract more money in your life by telling the financial story for 60 seconds, 3 times a day for 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to change your life. Now say this financial story out loud 3 times a day. Today, I accept my divine and human right to have more than enough money, to be a financial blessing to self, family, and others. I will use my financial abundance today to bless so many people in this universe. Money is my friend. I share my money with my friends. For a free ebook, visit renewcommunitychurch.org. The words for today.
Get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and legs, brush my teeth up, wash my face, throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth, get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tocking, I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often, I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids, talking, I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend, keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Nathan Ivey with you. And my camera is down for now. I hope to get it up before the end of the show. But my camera is down right now. And so you're just getting the audio and just some images that I got on the screen here. If you're just tuning in this morning, thank you for being here. Again, you could be anywhere in the World Wide Web. Thanks for checking me out, checking out the flows. I'm making a statement and drawing a line in the sand. Real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. Do you agree or disagree? I said real men. Now, you might have some males that got male genitalia, testosterone, things like that. But real men don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because real men don't listen to pedophile music. Real men have a standard. Okay? That's the difference between a male of the species and a man. A man has a standard. A male will do anything. Do anything at any time. But what do you think? 513-873-7134. And then what's the deeper message? What should we learn as a community from the Black community perspective as it relates to this R. Kelly situation? It's one thing to be like, OMG, and it's so crazy. That's one thing. But what can we learn from this? Well, what I'm learning is the details on how R. Kelly was grooming these individuals. I think it's important for parents to understand how pedophiles work, how their minds work. You know what I'm saying? The tactics that they might try to use, because it might put up a red flag. Like, wait a minute, I've seen this before. The second thing is, I think that in our community, we need to be more willing to believe people who say they've been victimized. We need to open up our hearts to people that say they've been victimized sexually by family members, close personal friends, or whoever. You know, there's a lot of pain in our communities, man, that nobody's talking about. There's a lot of pain for men and women. And we need to open up our hearts so we can actually hear the people in our own families and hear their stories so they can deal with the trauma that they may have dealt with. There's a couple things that I'm grabbing from this. But what do we learn from this? What do we learn that's positive, that's usable, that's useful, that we can put in play in our own families? Okay, that's in our own community. That's what I'd like to know. Because this pedophilia, sexually abuse, that's like a dirty little secret inside the community that people don't really like to talk about. In the church, in the family. Yeah, it's real. Nikki writes, Cardi B didn't rape anyone. She robbed him, right? I mean, she wrong for that, but it ain't the same. Let me see. Brenda writes, Cardi B rape finances, not flesh, different game. Bunky writes, so if your sons get robbed by a gangster bitch, you're going to give her a pass? Oh, okay. Yeah. If my son's a grown-ass man and he out here dealing with different women, and he lay with a woman and she robbed him, I'm going to tell him that's on you. Now, it's wrong. It's a crime. You know, maybe he wants to go after her legally, whatever, but I'm going to look him in his face and tell him, be smart next time, son. That's what I'm going to tell him. How did she rob you? Oh, you was asleep after you hit that climax? Well, she got you then. Period. Bunky writes, so she doesn't deserve to be canceled? Oh, I forgot. It's looked upon as cool for Black people to get over on one another. That's gangster. I mean, that's a whole different conversation, Bunky. You know, I'm not gonna cancel her for that because you know she got over on some dudes that was sleeping. She caught them when they were sleeping. Simple as that. Um, don't be a victim. Just because we are males, don't make us a man. Maurice, that's the point I'm trying to make. Yo writes, I've came to the conclusion that R. Kelly will never die 2 weeks ago. Okay. Clarence writes, pedophiles usually go for women with a lot of children. Pedophiles go for women who are too wrapped up with themselves to watch their children, borderline depressed, etc. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into the game for sure. Ray writes, good risings all. She writes, Elvis was a rapist allegedly also, I'm just saying. Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna try to put this can back up. It's been charging for a good what? I don't know, a little bit of time now. So we might get enough to get us through the end of the show. And I know for the people that's on the video side of things, I mean, that's part of what you come for. It just adds a little more intimate. It's a more intimate experience. I totally get it. So hold on one second here. Let me see if I can pull this back up. Yeah. It wasn't Facebook. It was definitely on my end of things. I think I forgot to charge my camera back up yesterday. I don't know. Maybe so. But I think we Gucci now. So we can pull the can back up. We'll see how long it lasts. It might last for a little while. I don't know. There we go. We back. There it is. So yeah, just a little bit. Still here. All right. Good morning to you. R. Kelly carrying around the herpes luggage you can't lose. Kelly Dirt Birdie. Okay. Not sure what all that means. Drops in the house. He writes, are you ready for some football tonight? Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Dallas Cowboys. Can't wait. Good morning, Choppers. Good morning to you. I ain't even really watched no damn football. I ain't watched football since that shit happened with Kaepernick. I ain't even watched no football whatsoever. So I have no idea. Will I be watching the game? I don't know. I might turn it on. Be some background music. I don't really care who wins the game, but maybe we'll see. I'm still mad at the NFL. And the Bengals are coming back. They got some hold. The Bengals are so behind the times. But, you know, I got a lot of friends that's invested in the Bengals. And so I want you to get your investment out of it, you know. The Bengals open up their season with the Vikings, I think, on September the 12th, which is this Sunday. I think it's a home game. So, you know, where my tailgaters at? Tailgating is fun as hell, even if you don't go into the game. I might go to tailgating and not even go into the game. Shit, that's like fun all unto itself. Everybody's having a good time. Black and white doesn't matter. It's just about the orange and black. Everybody's grilling shit. Yeah, that's a good time down there, man. Matter of fact, is anybody in the chop shop planning on tailgating? You know what I'm saying? Got any room? Sure, you know, I come with treats now. We'll come with some whatever we need to bring and just have a good time down there. Enjoy the game before the game. That's always fun. And then it's best to tailgate like at the first game or two before it gets too cold. I ain't out there. I'm not that kind of Bengal fan to be out there in like a snowsuit. It's looking like Antarctica in downtown Cincinnati, but people out there tailgating, that's not me. I don't care that much about it. But like the first month or so, that first 2 or 3 home games, shit. Ain't none better, man. Cruther writes, Steelers rock. I'm not going to delete you, Cruther, because you're OG. But these damn Steelers, man. You Steeler people, man. Let me talk about some local stuff before we roll out of here. I'm reading that the PG Sittenfeld trial is going to be next year. It's going to be back-to-back trials. You're going to have the Jeff Pastor trial and the PG Sittenfeld trial. Both of them, without getting into all the details, have allegedly been accused of basically taking bribes in office. And it looks like both of them are going to fight to the very end, which is going to be very, very interesting. You know, I'm here for all the drama. I love the drama. As long as it's not in my relationship, in my business, I'm here for it. Other people's drama, I got time for it. Did you hear about the news? The FBI suspected that 2 Dayton mayors took bribes from a city contractor, including Mayor Nan Whaley, who right now is running for governor of Ohio. So here's yet another Democrat who allegedly, now she was never charged. So it makes you wonder why this is even news. She was never charged. She's a Democratic gubernatorial candidate. Her name is Nan Whaley. She's running for governor. And apparently going back to like 2013, 2014, the FBI was investigating her because they thought that she was taking some money from a Dayton area demolition contractor. Apparently he had been bribing political officials up in Dayton. Quote, these 7-year-old claims are baseless and categorically untrue. That's Nan Whaley. She put out a statement. And it just makes you wonder, man, like the feds is watching political types in Ohio. From the state house to Cincinnati, they is watching. Cleveland, Dayton, they is watching. And is this going to affect Nan Whaley? I don't know. You know, I could see John Cranley bringing it up. I could see her opponents bringing it up. Allegedly, she got $50,000 in cash. Allegedly. Now, she was never charged, but it's just very interesting that this story is out here. And some people have said that the feds are focusing on Democrats. I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is that in 2022, we're going to have 2 big local corruption cases back to back, unless either one of the men involved cops a plea. Back to back is going to be Jeff Pastor, who is the quietest black man in Cincinnati right now, and PG Sittenfield, who is equally as quiet. You don't hear shit from these men, which is smart. You shouldn't hear anything from them. Yeah, it's real. It's very, very real out here. And we'll get a chance to see what's going to happen. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. But it's just amazing how quickly things can crumble and how things can turn around very, 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 very quickly. That's one thing I got from that whole situation with Tamaya Denard. I was just talking with some people. They didn't even realize Tamaya Denard had turned herself in. It was like, has she turned herself in? I was like, yeah. She got 3 years and another 3 years of probation. She's doing her time right now. And then we start talking about some of the local corruption cases. You know, I don't know. We'll find out. I do know it's going to be big news. It's going to be big news. It's going to be everything in 2022. And if I'm still here doing this show, then, of course, I'll be following it as well. It's going to be huge. Akeem writes, stop it, Nate. Black people still step in the name of love on murals. Hell, Nate, we can pick a game for the Sin fam. We could. Republicans in the state are trying to ensure we are stuck with John Cranley as a Democratic candidate. It could be. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, comrade.
Oh, good morning, Black Russia. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Doing well. What's going on?
Fantastic. Nothing. I just heard you talking about that particular story about Nan Whaley, and I was reading it. And I don't know how she can keep running for governor. I don't even know how she gets out the primary now. With this coming out.
Well, she was never charged.
Unsealed. That don't matter. You know, hey, it doesn't matter if she's charged or not, bro. You know how this thing works. She's paying it. $50,000 cash, cold cash from the Montgomery County Recorder. And these are in documents from the feds, search warrants, where the magistrate said probable cause was found that this stuff happened. I mean, it's all interplay. I get that. But at the end of the day, whether she got charged or not, there was probable cause to believe that this happened because federal magistrates sign off on this stuff. I just don't see how she goes around the state and tries to sell herself as, you know, Mike DeWine is corrupt. You know, the Republicans are corrupt. I'm going to clean it up when she got this hanging over her head. With her name in it, it's not even like there's some people around her. Like, they got her name in it, like taking cash. And these guys, you know, were all cutting deals. So, I mean, obviously, John Cranley is the runaway favorite with the Democratic nomination as of today.
You think so?
Absolutely. He ain't got nothing like this going on right now. Now, of course, it's a long way till May. But as of right now, he's not been accused of any corruption. As far as I know, matter of fact, he probably would just, you know, sit back and look at the stuff on city council and say, this is all bad. Like he did before him. I'm here to clean it up. And he's been trying to clean it up, apparently. He's not been accused of anything like this. Not in FBI documents, not in federal documents.
This is true.
people could verbally say anything. You know what I'm saying? People say, "Oh, Bear's corrupt." Well, you got some evidence of that. Now, we got probable cause found in search warrants that she was taking $50,000 in cash from another public official that he was the go-between for Nan Welly and the developers.
Yeah, but why wasn't she charged?
Everybody talk about. Well, the feds. They're not gonna come down unless they want that 100% conviction rate. So I mean, I'm speculating. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I can only think that maybe this wasn't beyond a reasonable doubt. More likely than not, ain't gonna cut it in federal district court with a jury. It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. Maybe they feel like they ain't have beyond a reasonable doubt. That don't mean she ain't do it though. That don't mean they ain't got witnesses saying that she took this money.
Well, it does mean she didn't do it.
Probable cause.
It does mean she didn't do it because you're innocent or proven guilty. She hasn't been proven guilty. Like the feds could accuse you of something today. Didn't mean you did it. Doesn't mean you did it. It's just an accusation. So, I mean, I just feel like black people should be careful of that, especially. Let them prove their case. If they don't have a case, then it goes away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's not been hauled into court. So, like, she might get hauled into court later. We don't know. I mean, usually when this stuff comes out later, they ain't going to court. But that don't mean that these witnesses aren't credible because judges actually decided there was probable cause that this stuff occurred. So, again, getting charged, convicted, and all that, and you know this, Ivey, ain't necessarily if you get the crime convicted of you. It's about what it looks like. It's about public opinion. Elections about public opinion. Public opinion right now says Dan Welly's corrupt as hell. That ain't got nothing to do with no court or case.
You might be true. You might be right about that.
I'm just saying how it looks politically. Politically, it's all bad for her. And allegedly, there was some infighting going on at Dayton. I don't know if this to be true or not, but I was reading somewhere where the campaign manager and then, he kind of fell out because she didn't see this coming. And she didn't tip him off to kind of do damage control late. By the time this came out on the news, he's playing defense. And they had to even release another probable cause document that went before a federal magistrate. So they've caught in a position where they're releasing their own case information. Where the campaign manager didn't know, he's looking at the candidate like, "What are you doing?" It's chaos up there today. And John Cranley's just the right man to exploit chaos.
All right, brother. Anything else?
That's it, man. Ain't nothing else really going on, man. Reds is looking sloppy. Hey, they look promising early in the season. Now they falling off a cliff. Here we go. So ready for Sunday. NFL's back.
Should be some
Bengals.
Should be entertaining for some people.
Yeah, I'll be entertained. Mike Zimmer, former defensive coordinator for the Bengals, to see if he can whoop up on Zach Taylor. I'll be entertained. I need some good entertainment.
What's FC Cincinnati doing? What's their record looking like?
Hey, these cats still ain't won a home game in the new stadium. They ain't looking good. Ain't looking good. But hey, I'm still a fan. I'm gonna still watch them because it's about the future. They ain't gonna be at the top of the MLS in year 3 because soccer's different from a lot of other sports. You got to build a whole different program that could take 10 years as far as youth development, in terms of even drafting right. Like the number 1 draft that we had, we traded through to New York. So, and there's no GM. I mean, it's in shambles right now.
All right, brother. Thanks for the call.
All right, take it easy.
Most def. That's Black Russia. He says Nan Whaley's in trouble. Could be right. He's right. Court of public opinion. That's something different. It's interesting how John Cranley's opponents. I won't even put it that way because I'm not sure. I wouldn't look at. I don't think that PG Sinfield was an opponent of John Cranley, but it's just very interesting how something's going on here around the feds and Cranley. It's just too much degrees of connection. It's just too much there. So now his number 1 Democrat challenger, she had an issue with the feds too. I wonder if John Cranley's got a line to the FBI. I just wonder. And I do remember that Harry Black, he wrote a memo to city council many years ago. He was at that point the city manager. And he wrote a letter saying, you know what? Something is suspicious to do with a land deal and a man. Oh, thank you so much for the share, FG. And a man that worked in Cranley's office. I think he was his chief of staff at that point. And then after that, All of a sudden, John Crinley wanted him out. Now, you might say, listen, some motherfucker trying to say that you did something wrong. I'm going to want him out too. It could just be as easy as that. Or it could be where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know. I do know that Clarence Wright's FFC. I mean, you know, they're here now, so I think we should just try to make the best out of it. I love to see that FC Cincinnati is working with Black-owned brands. They're working with originalities, and I think the people over there at the Good brand, and they might be working with Black-owned too. I love to see Black-owned working with the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Bengals are smart, they would let Means Cameron and his team design the whole new Bengal uniforms. That's what they need to do. I read this week that the Bengals are just now updating their like halftime and their pregame routines. I'm like, y'all should have been did this shit. Y'all should have been did this. Like, who's running things? But let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivey. This is your West Side Connection. Drop Squad 52. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent, Drop. Welcome, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me. Can I make a request for you to play something for me? Because
Sure.
a couple of my most recent calls, you've been playing something quite interesting at the end of my call. So I would like to put out a request, Mr. DJ, to play your famous soundbite of our number one educator out there, Dr. Umar Johnson. Can you please play my clip now? Because it seems like you've been playing it after my call the last few times. So go ahead and play it. I want to hear it up front.
Okay, here it is.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip.
I mean, you know,
Mr. Ivey. Man. See, that's why I F with you, sir. Because you are a hell of a radio guy. You are, man, Mr. Ivey, you are good. Corporate radio lost a hell of a man. But Mr. Ivey, the reason for my call is there was someone's coon chip that was activated in California yesterday. And that is our beautiful Vice President, Kamala, I'm Black Y'all Harris. She came out here, she was in Oakland, California yesterday to support her homeboy, Gavin Newsom, who was up there trying to talk with a Negro dialect. And I don't know if you saw the speech, Mr. Ivey, but I don't see how she can help him. But the Democrats seem a little desperate out here in California. They got Bernie Sanders doing no on the recall ads. You got Elizabeth Warren, who showed up out here personally to campaign with Gavin Newsom. Then yesterday you had the vice president out here. And then supposedly next week, before the election, you're going to have Joe Biden coming out here to California. Now, the election is on Tuesday. But this is the first California recall election that's going to be done exclusively with all 100% mail-in ballots. Now, again, Mr. Ivey, there was a story a couple of weeks ago about some guy who got caught with over 300 California mail-in ballots in his car with a loaded illegal weapon. He was also a convicted felon. And that story just kind of disappeared, Mr. Ivey. There was nothing, there was no follow-up, nothing heard about this case, about this story of this guy and who he was and what he was doing with all those ballots. So it's going to be interesting how this whole thing unfolds because there are certain rules that are related to this whole mail-in process. And I'm thinking, based on my political awareness, that the fact that you got all these major Washington, D.C. politicians campaigning for Gavin Newsom in a recall when there are no local Democrat politicians campaigning with him, that tells me, Mr. Ivey, that they are anticipating a problem with turnout, just like the Democrats had with the special election held in Cleveland, I think, with Nina Turner and the other black lady who eventually won. They only had, I think it was 15% turnout. But in this case, it's going to be different because of the mail-in ballots. And what I'm thinking is, at this point, out of all the mail-in ballots that they sent out, I think it was over 20 million, they know that they have not had enough of those ballots returned yet for them to feel comfortable in this recall election. So that's why they're bringing out the Washington, D.C. heavy hitters to help with their own turnout. That's what I'm thinking.
It also has national implications because the governor of any particular state is the person who will appoint somebody to the U.S. Senate if there's a vacancy. So there's a national, consequence to this recall election as well. That's the other reason.
Well, there's the only California senator that possibly could vacate their seat is Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah.
That's it. So maybe that's what you could be right. Maybe that's what this is about. They see the possibility that Dianne Feinstein could be leaving. I don't know.
Yeah,
because there's
the fate of the U.S. Senate hangs in the balance. Feinstein leaves for whatever reason. If it's Larry Elder and his whack ass, he's going to put a Republican there. That tips the scale of the balance of power in the U.S. Senate back to Mitch McConnell.
No,
That'd be disastrous.
Well, okay. I hear that's your political take. I get it.
That's one take.
Yeah, that's one take. But did you hear what happened to Larry Elder yesterday?
No, what happened to the bum?
He respect that man, Mr.
He's
Ivey.
a bum. He gives no respect from me. He's a
okay.
bum.
He was in the streets walking to some campaign rally or something, and this lady rolls up on him on a bike wearing a gorilla mask, and she threw eggs at him, and then when Elder security tried to push up on her, it was a fat white guy telling her, "Stop it, you can't." And she was, "Oh, you can't, get your hands off me." Nate, she slapped that dude right in the face.
Really?
She slapped the shit out, and then that's when the camera turned away. So I don't know if they called the LAPD and they arrested her, but when Elder security approached her after she threw the egg, she slapped the shit out of him.
Good.
I was like, damn.
Good.
But again, Mr. Ivey, it just seems to me it's a big problem out here with just the simple fact that a blue state Democrat governor had enough signatures gathered against him to put him in this situation in the first place, with only a year left before the next governor's election anyway.
So you think that's a big deal, huh? I don't know how much of it. You got much more insight to California politics than I do, obviously.
Yeah.
But
okay,
I get it. It's a blue state traditionally,
Right.
But in the post-COVID world, during a pandemic, the crazy is coming out in a lot of people.
Yeah, but again, Mr. Ivey, when you said this has national implications, and the fact that you have the vice president and the president coming out and other major players in the Democrat Party, nationally, it's not looking good for the Democrats right now. Today, Joe Biden is supposed to have a national speech, I think at 5 p.m. Eastern, to lay down the new guidelines for coronavirus. So even that's falling apart on top of Afghanistan, and then on the victories that's happening in Texas. And it's just, when you say nationally, it's not looking very good for the Democrats. Maybe you could have some other Democrat like Glenn from Mason with his sorry ass podcast. They did an episode. He just needs to fold that thing up. But maybe you could have a Democrat come on here and explain how nationally the Democrats are in the position to help any candidate anywhere, let alone in a blue state. They actually have to have people come out because it looks like the turnout or the mail-in is not happening the way they expect it to happen. So that's all I got. Thank you, Mr. Ivey. And are you ready for some football tonight? Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Dallas Cowboys. What's that going to do? I'm out. Drop squad 52. Peace.
Appreciate you, brother.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip.
Yeah, that's all it takes. He's a good sport about it. Listen, folks, that's my time. I really appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30 a.m. We'll chop it up on people, politics, and pleasure. Remember our motto. Stay focused. Winners focus on winning. And losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning. And we'll talk real soon. I'm going to leave you with a word from our sponsor, and I'll be back with you tomorrow morning.
Attract more money. It takes 60 seconds for the universe, through the invisible law of attraction, to be fully activated in your life. God's invisible law of attraction is available to you because you are just 60 seconds away from attracting more money. Take the next 60 seconds and attract more money in your life by telling the financial story for 60 seconds, 3 times a day for 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to change your life. Now say this financial story out loud 3 times a day. Today, I accept my divine and human right to have more than enough money, to be a financial blessing to self, family, and others. I will use my financial abundance today to bless so many people in this universe. Money is my friend. I share my money with my friends. For a free ebook, visit renewcommunitychurch.org. The words for today are
Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, all them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now, I'm a cash cow. Keeping it